Star Wars The Mandalorian comes out November the 12th on Disney+. We all saw the trailer for The Mandalorian a couple of weeks ago, and that trailer was amazing. This is going to be highly anticipated up on Disney+. And watching the trailer, I was like, this is something that we should have gotten from Lucasfilm a long time ago, at least the feel of it anyway. But now we do have some concerns, a little bit, I would say, going into The Mandalorian. The word is now that The Mandalorian, the TV show on Disney+, will touch upon the origins of the First Order. Now, I'm not a sequel trilogy fan whatsoever, but I do have faith in Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. But I could live without knowing about the First Order. The sequel trilogy of Star Wars is so hot garbage. I don't care about them. I really don't. I think we got enough of an explanation in The Force Awakens. They rose from the ashes of the Empire. That's all I need to know because I don't care about these guys. I just don't. But knowing Disney, knowing Lucasfilm, I'm not surprised that they're going to implement the origins of the First Order into this. And when I watched the trailer, we saw Giancarlo Esposito's character. He's actually a Grand Moff. He's a governor, a regional governor. You saw him with Death Troopers. And we know that when Palpatine was killed, or was he killed? We'll find out in episode 9, that the fractions of the Empire, they were all over the galaxy. And The Mandalorian takes place, I believe, 3 or 5 years after Jedi, if I'm not mistaken. And all of these regional governors, I believe, are going to be fighting for power, trying to preserve the Empire. They actually may be trying to take over the entire galaxy. So I think that's where the First Order rose from. And we kind of saw that in the trailer. We really, really did. Hopefully, it's just something very, very, very subtle. If it's very subtle or something very small, fine. Disney, have your 2 cents. Tell us about the First Order that nobody cares about. But I can really live without this. And hopefully it's only 1 episode and it lasts about 5 minutes. But something is telling me we're going to get a little bit more information than that. Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, they're excellent at what they do. But they still have bosses to answer to. Kathleen Kennedy is their boss. Bob Iger is their boss. That's a unfortunate thing in my opinion, especially having to answer to Kathleen Kennedy when you know more about Star Wars than she does. I'm still hyped for The Mandalorian. I'm not going to let this get me down. I think it's only going to be a small part of a much bigger story. And when it comes down to it, Dave Filoni, I trust. I trust Dave Filoni. As long as he's there, I think that this TV show will be excellent. This one thing won't destroy the show for me, I think. Now, I may be eating my words, but we'll see, but I highly doubt it. That trailer was great. That was one of the best trailers in all of Star Wars history. No doubt about it whatsoever. So I'm not going to let this news get me down. But I can see Disney messing around with something that they really shouldn't. You know, maybe Kathleen Kennedy walked into a meeting with Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, and said, we have to answer the question, where did the First Order come from? And they were probably thinking, well, didn't you kind of tell us that in The Force Awakens? Didn't we already know that? Do we have to really address this? I don't think this needs to be addressed in this TV show. But I had a feeling that they were actually going to do this because Disney has to meddle in things. They have to remind us that the sequel trilogy is the real Star Wars. This stuff here, The Mandalorian, this is just ancillary stuff, it doesn't matter as much. But to the hardcore Star Wars fans, The Mandalorian absolutely matters. It matters a lot. I think if The Mandalorian can't get it right, what can? Maybe the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, but we'll see. But I can also see Disney trying to tie in Solo, a Star Wars story, into Obi-Wan, because it takes place around the same time frame, you know? But our best hope for this, hopefully they just do something very, very minuscule. If you remember back in Rogue One, there was this one line about hyperspace tracking when Jyn Erso was looking for the Death Star plans. And that was a reference to The Last Jedi. If it's something like that, fine, perfect. But I think it's going to be a lot more than that, because we actually see these Imperials all across the galaxy trying to create their own power. And that's where the First Order is going to come from. I think it's going to be a deeper story than that, in my opinion. But try not to get down. I'm trying to keep my hopes up about this TV show. Everything we've heard about it so far has been fantastic. The fan response to the trailer has been fantastic. And I still have faith in this TV show. So I'm not going to get overly upset about hearing the origins of the First Order. Some people actually want to hear where the First Order came from, because The Force Awakens didn't really give you a drawn out explanation of where they came from. But you also have to remember, the original trilogy didn't give us a drawn out explanation of where the Empire came from either. You had to watch the prequels, you know? Oh, God forbid if Disney gave us a prequel on the First Order. Ooh, I can't imagine watching that. I wouldn't want to watch that, in my opinion. But guys, what do you think of this? Is this really a big deal that the First Order is going to be explored in The Mandalorian? I can live without it, but maybe you can. So guys, let me know what you think about all this in the comments. If you're new here to the channel, please hit subscribe to catch future videos from me, and we will catch you on the next video. John Matrixx, out.